Hello everybody, my name is Dylan Lassisay with Desert Keep Games, and today I managed to be able to find myself a box of Jumpstart. I got this at Dugout Collectibles here in Rock Springs, Wyoming, and I was super fortunate when I walked in today and saw that they had a couple of these in stock. Figured it would probably be a good idea to pick one of them up since they're so rare. You know, Wizards hasn't came out and decided whether or not they're going to be... Well, they know that they're going to let more out, but they don't know when more is going to get into supply, so just figured might as well pick one up and hope to get some of the good stuff out of this. So for those of you that don't know what Jumpstart is, it's, I believe, a 24-pack box. Yep, 24 packs with 20 cards in them. And basically all you do is you just take two random packs, put them together, and that's basically a sealed deck for you, and you play against another player. And if you save these, then you can always just go and redraft them and play with whatever combination you got. So without speaking too much more, let's go ahead and cut into this bad boy. So today I will be sleeving up the rares in these nice Ultra Pro Yandaro sleeves. I'm not the biggest fan for Ultra Pro, but I just thought those ones in particular were really nice, so I figured I would pick up a pack. We have our little inserts. So yeah, with all these packs, there are some core 21 cards in here, and even some of them are like the set themes, so hopefully we can get a Teferi one out of those. Otherwise we're looking for the Allosaurus Rider, Tiny Bones, Critter of Behemoth, Thor Komodaya, and then all the other legendary exclusives that come out of this set. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start opening some packs. The Phyrexian one too is pretty high value with that Phyrexian land. And our first one is Spellcasting. So our rare is Immolating Glare. 2 red and 4 colorless for a sorcery. Immolating Glare deals X damage to each creature and planeswalker you don't control, where X is the number of instant sorcery cards in your graveyard. So that is a very nice one. And I don't think there's anything really too special in the commons and uncommons. You have the thriving land base, or land cycle. Those are really good for commander. And then for the spellcasting pack, this is the alternate rare or alternate art land that you get, and then the rest are just basics. So we'll go ahead and sleeve up the Glare. I'll move on to pack 2. So with work, I've never been able to actually play this set. I've only opened one box before, and that was pretty fun. Didn't get too great of stuff out of it, but hopefully this box is different. And then with some of these packs, like I don't know if we'll be the same with this one. So our rare is Urzoth Chaos Rider. It is a red and 2 colorless for a 2/3 legendary devil. Whenever an opponent draws their first card each turn, if it's not their turn, you create a 1/1 red devil creature token with when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. Whenever one or more devils you control attack or one or more players, you and those players each draw a card. This is card at random. So with these, there's a couple variations. I think the Phyrexian one, and there's one other one that that don't have any variations. It's all just the one. You can only get the one rare, and then that's the land for the devil one. So like the Phyrexian one, you can only get Elosh Norn, and then that's it. I think there's one other one, but I'm not 100% sure what the other one is. Elves, that's a good one. Hopefully this is Orcor Allosaurus Rider. Alright, so Allosaurus Shepherd. Best card in the set. Wow. That is pretty. Allosaurus Shepherd is a 1 green for 1/1 Elf Shaman. Allosaurus Shepherd can't be countered. Green spells you control can't be countered. And you can pay 4 colorless and 2 green to until the end of turn, each elf creature you control has base power and toughness 5/5 and becomes a dinosaur in addition to their other creature types. That is a big hit. That almost pays for the box itself. Wow. And then the thriving, and the land's pretty cool. I think for elves, what they could have done a little better, but who am I to complain? So we'll go ahead and sleeve up the Shepherd. So yeah, again, right there, at least on like, let's scoot these over. On like TCG Player, I think it's like $120. So that is a really nice hit there. It was totally worth it buying this box. Honestly, at this point, anything else is just kind of gravy. So it'd be nice to hit that Phyrexian one and get that land. So our next one is Dinosaurs. And that tab just completely fell off. Ah! There we go. Don't want to damage the cards. Alright. So we have Dinosaurs and Galta Primal Hunger. Very good card coming out of Rivals of Ixalan, or was it original Ixalan? I know it was Ixalan block. But 10 colorless and 2 green for a legendary Elder Dinosaur, 12/12. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is total power of creatures you control, and it has trample. So in a very creature heavy, go wide kind of deck, this card is really good. And then that's the land. I know this is sort of off topic, but I was watching a thing for Yu-Gi-Oh! Just to pass some of the time, and while they were discussing cards, they had that background and the entire background. So I thought that was a fun call to Magic. But who cares about Yu-Gi-Oh!, right? Tree Hugging is this one. And again, the tab just does not want to go all the way around. Don't damage the cards. All right. So for Tree Hugging, our rare is Primordial Sage. It is a 6 mana cost, 4 colorless, 2 green, spirit, 4/5. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you may draw a card. So that, I believe, is... Oh, what's that card called? It came out of Saviors of Kamigawa. That for the rest of the turn, whenever you play a creature spell, you draw a card. I think that's a callback to that. Wall Blossoms is a good card. Explorer is also good. And then that's the land. Then Explorer just got a reprint in that Yargle Secret Lair. I didn't get it because I don't really care for Yargle, but I guess that there's enough of a following that they thought it was worth doing. So our next one is Above the Clouds. That'd be cool if this one was the new blue-white legendary. The one that has you swap permanents with another player to your right. So our rare is, and he is the Gale Force, which is the card I was just talking about. So it is 3 colorless and 2 blue for a 4/4 legendary Djinn, flying. You can pay 2 and either white or blue. Attacking creatures get +1/+1, or attacking creatures with flying, get +1/+1 until the end of turn. And whenever 3 or more creatures you control with flying attacks, each player gains control of an on-land permanent of their choice controlled by the player to their right. So that card is really good. And Unsubstantiate is one of my favorite cards of all time. I just think the art on it is really nice, out of Eldritch Moon. Then you have Thriving Isle, and then the very nice Zendikar themed basic there. So far this box is pretty lit. I cannot complain about this box at all. Even the basic lands have a decent price tag. The Phyrexian one obviously has got a ridiculous price tag on it, but who can't get enough of the Phyrexian text on it? So this next one is heavily armored. So our rare is Cathar's Crusade. It is a 3 colorless, 2 white enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. So that card in a token strategy is really good. And then we have our first whites of the Thriving Cycle, and then the Plains. Yeah, I really like the set. It sucks that Wizards sort of dropped the ball on the distribution, or whatever ended up going on to where they couldn't actually get enough of these out of there. But what can you do, I guess? So our next one is Cats. Where's the little... There it is. Alright, so our rare for the Cats is Lurking Predators. It is a 4 colorless, 2 green enchantment. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, you may put the card on the bottom of your library. So it's a good commander card. I know that at one point... Oh, we have 2 rares. So we have Lurking Predators and Feline Sovereign. So Feline Sovereign is a 2 colorless, 1 green, 2/3 cat. Other cats you control get +1/+1 and have protection from dogs. Then whenever one or more cats who control deal combat damage to a player, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment that player controls. But that's really cool. I didn't know that you could get double rares in some of these packs. And then we've got the Forest with a kitty on it. But that's really cool. I didn't know that you could get multiple rares in one pack. I don't know how many of those are like that, but it's pretty neat. Our next one is Predatory, which is green. Yeah. I don't know which one this could possibly be, at least off the top of my head. So, our rare for Predatory is Neath of the Dire Hunts. It is 2 colorless and 2 green for a 3/3 legendary human warrior. Whenever one or more creatures you control fights or becomes blocked, draw a card. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, you may pay 2 and Golgari, or either or it's not Golgari. I know my guilds, I swear. Or Gruul, so either red or green. If you do double target creature's power until the end of the turn, that creature must be blocked this combat if able. So this is another good card too. There's a lot of cool legendaries that came out of this set. And I just think the set in general is really, really fun. And that's the land for Predatory. Got a little Bambi on it, about to get eaten by some Venus flytraps. So, little light on the mythics. I don't know how many packs we're in. I haven't exactly been keeping track. But hopefully we can get some more here soon. Well read. So this one could possibly be a Rhystic Study, which would be super cool. So our rare for well read is Ormos, Archive Keeper. It is a 4 colorless, 2 blue legendary 5/5 Sphinx with flying. If you would draw a card while your library has no cards in it, instead put 5/1/1 counters on Ormos, Archive Keeper. You can pay a colorless and double blue, discard 3 cards with different names to draw 5 cards. So that one's interesting. I guess it'll keep you technically from decking yourself out, but once it gets removed, then you're sort of out of luck, and that's the land for well read. Yeah, well read. I know it's got a couple of them. It definitely has Rhystic Study in one of them, and hopefully, if we happen to get another well read, I think the last box I got, I had like 3 well reads. Got 2 with that Sphinx and then a Rhystic Study. Alright, so for smashing, our rare is Hamlet-back Goliath. 6 colorless, 1 red for a 6/6 giant warrior. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you may put X/1/1 counters on Hamlet-back Goliath, where X is that creature's power. I want to say it was originally in Lorwyn block, and then it got reprinted in the core set. And then we have Sarkhan's Unsealing. So this is a 3 colorless 1 red enchantment. Whenever you cast a creature spell with power 4, 5, or 6, Sarkhan's Unsealing deals 4 damage to any target. And whenever you cast a creature spell with power 7 or greater, Sarkhan's Unsealing deals 4 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control. So that is pretty tight. I remember back when it was in Standard, there was a lot of busted decks that were running it. And then that's the land for it. So I want to say we are, after this pack, we'll be halfway through the box. I can't complain about the mythics we do have. Allosaurus Shepherd is just insane. But hopefully we can run into a couple more mythics here soon. So Above the Clouds again, I don't know. I think this one has multiple variations of the pack, but I wouldn't be upset getting that legendary creature again. So our rare is Kira, Great Glass Spinner. For 1 colorless, double blue, 2/2 legendary spirit, flying. Creatures you control have, whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability for the first time each turn, counter that spell or ability. So Kira is a very good card. Used to see some modern play. Pretty good in Commander 2. And then again, we have that Zendikar looking island. So I want to say we are halfway through the box. And I still can't believe we've got the Allosaurus Shepherd. That's insane. So this pack is +1. And our rare for +1 is Branching Evolution. For 2 colors and 1 green, it's an enchantment. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters will be put on a creature you control, twice that many +1/+1 counters that are put on that creature instead. So this with Cathar's Crusade would be pretty good. And then we have 2 rares in this pack as well with the Champion of Lampholt. 1 colorless double green for a 1/1 human warrior. Creatures with power less than Champion of Lampholt's power can't block creatures you control. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on Champion of Lampholt. It's a good card. It sort of sucks knowing that they printed that in Double Masters right after they included it in here. So it just made it a very janky rare. That's the forest for this pack. But so yeah, if you pull one of those in Double Masters, then it's just a nice feel bad. So now we have Spooky. Don't exactly recall which one would be, what rare would be in here. So our rare is Black Market. 3 colorless and 2 black for an enchantment. Whenever a creature dies, put a charge counter on Black Market. At the beginning of combat, your pre-combat main phase, add a black for each charge counter on Black Market. That is a very good commander card. It's pretty good ramp for a mono black deck. And then there's our swamp. So hey, Teferi. It's awesome. So I wonder if we can get different variants of Teferi in this. I doubt you can get the showcase of it in here, but since it's got the other like different coloring. So we have ourselves a Teferi, and it looks like it's the normal one. Yeah, this should just be the normal one. So Teferi is a 2 colorless double blue planeswalker with 3 loyalty. You may activate loyalty abilities of Teferi Master at a time on any player's turn anytime you can cast an instant. His +1 is draw a card, then discard a card. -3, target creature you don't control phases out. And then -10 is take 2 extra turns after this one. And then we also get Teferi's Ageless Insight, which is 2 colorless, double blue, legendary enchantment. If you draw a card except for the first one in each of your turns, each of your draw steps, draw 2 instead. Sorry guys, I don't mean to be stuttering, but I just do not know how to read. And then for our island, we get one of the nice promo islands out of M21. That's a good hit. I still think it's about $20. It could be a little more. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's about $20 or so. So that was a nice hit. For our next pack, we have Walls. What could be what could be the rare in Walls? Yeah, I don't quite recall which one would make sense here, but it is Towering Titan. Fourth mythic of the box. It is a 4-colorless double green 0/0 giant. Towering Titan enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the total toughness of other creatures you control. Sacrifice a creature with Defender. All creatures gain trample until end of turn. That is interesting, to say the least. And then we get Assault Formation. So each creature you control sends combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. You can pay green. Target creature with Defender can attack as though it didn't have Defender this turn. And then you can pay 2 colorless and a green. Creatures you control get +0/+1 until the end of turn. This card is a little weird with the amount of times that they keep shifting it back and forth from rare to uncommon. But it's still a good card. And then that's the forest for it. That's not exactly one of the top mythics we could be looking for, but we got a Allosaurus Shepherd, so I can't really complain too much. But it's a card. I'm pretty sure Doran would probably like that in Commander. So now this next one is Wizards. It is blue. I can't recall. I think this has a legendary creature for the Wizards type, but Tauren Sky Summoner. It is 2 colors, 2 blue for a 2/2 Merfolk Wizard. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 2/2 Drake with flying. I know the Commander players like it. It's good there, but I didn't like it when it came out in M12 or M13. That's the land for it. I didn't care for when it came out in that, and I still don't exactly care for it. So we have 7 packs left. Would really like to see the Phyrexian one. But the Goblins one also has that legendary creature that right now is about $30-$40. So hopefully we can get that, otherwise it'll be a Krenko, I believe. So our rare is Goblin Chieftain. For 2 red and a colorless, 2/2 haste goblin. Other goblins you control have +1/+1 and have haste. So it's pretty generic. And then you get Goblin Goon, which is 3 colorless and red for a 6/6 goblin mutant. Goblin Goon can't attack unless you control more creatures than defending player, and Goblin Goon can't block unless you control more creatures than attacking player. So that is interesting. So it's just one of those you gotta go wide kind of things. And that's the mountain. But alright, 6 packs left. Let's hope for that Phyrexian one or another elf one. Would be really nice to see. Another well read. So hopefully this one has the heuristic study instead of another one of those sphinxes. The heuristic study would be a real nice hit here. Alright, so our rare is that Sphinx again. I'm not going to go and reread it since we already got it and we've already seen the land for it. But otherwise, all in all, this box is pretty good. I can't complain too much about it. Reanimated. So is this the one that has Reanimate in it? I guess we'll see. Our rare for Reanimated is Rise of the Dark Realms. That is a good card too. It is 7 colorless and 2 black for a sorcery. Put all creature cards from all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. Just a nice swing for Commander to be able to completely take over your opponent's creatures that you've sent to the graveyard or they've sacked. There's the swamp for whoa. for this one. Can't hold the cards. This pack seems a little slippery for some reason. So we have 5 mythics. That seems about average from what I have heard. If we can get one more though, that would be pretty sick. So we have walls again. So I wonder if it's going to be another Towering Titan. And it is. So we've already got those. Just gonna skim back through it. So hey, we hit 6 mythics. Just out of all the ones to get doubles of it, that's probably the one I wouldn't want doubles of. But oh well. You can't complain, you can't complain. Spirits is this next one. So I think it's probably one of the rares out of M21 that leads this one. But our rare for spirits is Shacklegeist, yeah. So for 1 in a blue, 2/2 spirit with flying, Shacklegeist can block only creatures with flying, and you can tap 2 untapped spirits you control to tap target creature you don't control. And then that's interesting that they have Nimblegast Herald in here. It used to be really good in the modern spirit decks. That's the island. And I believe the Pioneer spirit decks also run it. But I know that, particularly in Modern, they were pretty up there. So we have another Reanimated. Will it be another Rise of the Dark Realms, or will it be the Reanimate? So we have Gravewaker. Ouch. So for 4 colorless and 2 black, 5/5 blue spirit with flying, you can pay 5 and double black to return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. This wouldn't be bad unless it came out of the welcome decks, so that's really a pain. Oh, but we have Scourge of Nototh. I think this is its first reprinting ever since the Commander 2014, I believe, is when it came out. So for 2 black, 5 colorless for a 6/6 zombie dragon with flying, you may cast Scourge of Nototh from your graveyard by paying double black and sacrificing 2 creatures rather than paying its mana cost. So I guess that sort of redeemed the pack a little. And then that's the land again. Alright, so for our final pack, let's hope for another Elves, a Phyrexian. I think there's an Eldrazi one too. Let's just hope we get something good out of this one though. So for the reveal, minions. What could be the minion? Is Tiny Bones a minion? Our rare for the minion is Phyrexian Tower. So it is a legendary land. You can tap it, add a colorless, or tap it, sack a creature to add double black. So that is not a bad card by any means. I'll take it. And then that's the land for it. All right, so that'll do it for this box of Jumpstart. We'll just skim back through the rares real quick. Branching Evolution I know is pretty good. Neath is really nice. I think Lurking Predators has pretty cool. Inya's though is really nice, and then Zerzoth, Chaos Rider. And then for our mythics, today we got 2 of the Towering Titans, a Rise of the Dark Realms, a Teferi, Master of Time, an Immolating Gyre, and the prize of the box, the Allosaurus Shepherd. This is the only reason I was really wanting to buy the box, and we just happened to get it. So instead of paying $120 for just this, we got it, plus all the other cards that we got in today. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I know I haven't been doing too many videos lately, but I just want to tell you all thank you again, and I hope to see you guys soon. Please like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing, and I will catch you next time. Peace.